Tonight for dinner, we are going to have spaghetti squash. I baked this in the oven upside down with olive oil, salt, and some Mrs. Dash lemon pepper for an hour at 425. I'm also making some homemade meatballs from some local grass-fed beef. Homemade breadcrumbs from my homemade sourdough bread, and I made that in the Vitamix. Cage-free eggs, Mrs. Dash, real salt, a little bit of steak sauce, and a lot of love. I'm going to roll these into balls and put them on parchment paper. I'm going to bake them at 400 for, let's say, 20 to 25 minutes or until golden brown. Okay, these are ready to go into the oven. I sprinkled them with Italian seasoning. Here's my second pan of meatballs. I don't know if I mentioned that I added garlic to these too, just minced garlic. While the meatballs are in the oven, I'm going to make a tomato sauce. So there was a little bit of meat left over, so I'm going to start off with that. I'm going to brown this, and then I'm going to add some onion. So I'm going to make some tomato sauce to go over the spaghetti squash for us tonight, and we're going to be adding the meatballs to this. So there was some meat left over, and I'm going to brown this up. It smells so good right now in my kitchen. It smells like pizza. So I'm going to brown this up, and then I'm going to add some diced onion to it. My favorite onion to add to things is the purple onion or the red onion. It's super sweet, and it just adds just the right flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and brown that up. Now I'm going to add some tomato soup, or you can add tomato sauce at this point. I'm also going to add some diced tomatoes, or you can chop your own. Just a second. I'm also going to add some kidney beans. They add more protein to the sauce and antioxidants and fiber. Now, as you can see, the consistency is super thick at this point. As it cooks, it may thin out a little bit, but there are 7 people in my family, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to stretch this sauce. So let's see how it looks as I stir it. So it'll cook and the flavors will mesh together. And this will be done in about 15 minutes. I've also decided to add some Italian seasoning to this. Okay, now I'm going to make a green salad to go with our dinner, and I've started off with a layer of spinach leaves, and these are pre-washed. Now we're going to do some romaine, fresh mushrooms, shredded carrots, sweet tomatoes chopped. So there was yellow and red and green and orange. And last but not least, celery. Now I'm going to make a homemade dressing to go over top. Okay, the homemade dressing will consist of extra virgin olive oil, freshly squeezed lime juice, real salt, granulated garlic. And a little bit of crushed red pepper as a secret kick. I'll just do a little though because I don't want my kids to be freaking out. Now I'm going to store it with a fork. And since it's so close to dinner, I'm just going to put this over the salad. And it'll be scrumdiddlyumptious. I hear the meatballs. I think they're almost done. They're almost brown. We're going to get them out in probably about 5 more minutes. Okay, looks like dinner's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash off the counter and get like a buffet line of all our food set up. And then I'll show you everything we're going to have to eat. These look good. I'll put these in the buffet line. Okay, so I've decided to pour all the meatballs in this pan, and then I'm going to pour the spaghetti sauce or the tomato sauce over top of these, so it'll be easier. I'll just cut out one step. So this is how many meatballs we have. And now I'm going to add the tomato sauce. It's a great combo. And it's ready to go. Okay, dinner's ready. But before I call everyone, before I sound the dinner bell, I'm going to scoop up some dinner for me. So I'll show you what we have. We have this spaghetti squash, so I just scooped it out of the skin and put it in an 8x8 pan. And then I sprinkled it with a little bit of real salt, and I added real butter on top. And I also ground up some Italian seasoning grinder stuff. So I'll put some spaghetti squash on my plate. Then I'll top it with some of this meatball tomato sauce stuff, so maybe a little bit more sauce. Then I will put some freshly grated Parmesan cheese on top. And then I'll come over here and get my salad. I'll just put a little bit of salad on the side. Doesn't that look like a great meal? Yummy. So it has plenty of vegetables to help digest the meat and the cheese. So there's protein and fats and complex carbs, and this will keep you full all night until tomorrow. And then I'm going to bring my plate over here. And I'm going to put a little lemon wedge inside my water. And this is what we're having. Happy eating. I hope you guys will try this. Should I try it? Let me get a fork. Okay, so this is spaghetti squash with meatballs and tomato sauce with a salad. Let me try a little bit of the meatballs. That's really good. I'm gonna try the salad with that. Justin? Mmm. That's really good. I can taste the olive oil and the lime juice. I like to add my salad to my meal because it adds an extra crunch. It's so flavorful. Mm. Mm. Now I gotta think about what we want to have for dessert.